All right. I have one more email. This is from Michael Lockett.
Mm-hmm.
During my time travels, I landed with you two as you critique the Jackie Robinson story.
I'm Jackie Robinson. This is my story.
This is my story.
The Jackie Robinson story. Starring me
Jackie Robinson.
as myself,
Jackie
Robinson. And also Ruby D.
This is Ruby D. She plays Mrs. Jackie Robinson.
Mrs. Jackie Robinson, my wife.
In the Jackie Robinson story.
Jackie Robinson story.
The movie about me,
Jackie Robinson.
Scene 2. Michael goes on.
Boy.
Concerning the Jackie Robinson story.
Right.
As soon as this mediocre outing is put into the context of when it was made.
Yeah.
And some of the reasons it was made.
Yeah.
The movie deserves its iconic status.
100%. I think we landed on that too.
Yes,
like
we
all
did.
jokes aside. Yeah.
Yes. Most of the time when it comes to critiquing black films, most talking heads do not put the film into the context of what gauntlet the movie had to survive just to get in front of us. There are entirely separate and unequal hurdles for black stories with black people in front of and behind the camera. Quick question for you too. The iconic Jackie deserved this film and all the other accolades for what he endured on behalf of all of us. Who else would you two think is or was so important to the black experience on these shores that undoubtedly deserves both a theatrical feature and a documentary? Ooh, that's a good question. Who else do you think important enough to the black experience on these shores to get a theatrical? Has there been a movie about the life of W.E. Du Bois?
W.E.B. Du Bois? I don't think so. And that would be a good one.
Yeah.
He's really complicated. Really complicated person. You know, there's never been a Marcus Garvey movie.
No, there hasn't.
You know, Garvey would be great.
No, there hasn't. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Marcus Garvey. I would love, you could pick any one of the Bessies. Bessie Coleman. Was it Betsy Wright? There's another Bessie, or I'm saying Betsy. Bessie Coleman, and then there's Bessie. I gotta look it up.
Right, the various Bessies. I'll let you pick.
Bessie Smith.
Yeah, one of any of the post civil rights black mayors.
Okay.
So would that be good for Philly? Like, who was he the first black mayor?
Yeah, I mean,
fascinating. It would be a hell of a story.
Okay, but do you do good or do you do?
I'm doing interesting. I'm doing like I think that whole him.
What about Marion Barry?
I was gonna say Marion.
That's the
Barry.
one you go.
Like, I think all of those, that wave of black mayors in the 70s going into the 80s.
Okay, but do you think that they are important to the black experience?
Absolutely, 100%. 100%.
Well, they're definitely cautionary tales, Good and Barry.
Not just cautionary.
To a degree.
I think they have complicated stories, which is why I'd love to see a movie about them. It's funny. So much of Fight Night is about this moment where Atlanta is about to become Atlanta. Like the way we think about it, like the black, and so much so is that Andrew Young, right? So I know how much Andrew Young had to do with that. We were just talking when we were talking about Petey Greene about what Marion Barry did for the black middle class, and I think each of these cities, like when we talk about that leap after the civil rights movement. I think any of them could have a movie, and as you said, depending on where they landed, it's a tragedy. It's all of these different things, but I've been on that kick since we were talking about Petey Greene and Fight Night. Like these mayors have been on my mind.
I'll tell you another name whose story is not done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so. I think this is a story that will be told, but it won't be for probably at least another 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. And you're right. Like Oprah Winfrey, you know, hopefully we don't see this movie for a very long time, but I think it'll be 20, 30 years after she's passed.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be 130 years from now. But Barry Gordy's another one. That is going to be a great movie, but he's going to have to be gone
to get it to get the story,
to get the real movie,
to get the story.
So,
the same with Oprah. To be fair.
Right. So, well, that's why I said not only is she going to be gone, it's going to have to be like 30 years later. Like all of everything that she's left in place is going to be gone. So you know, those are some movies that, you know, I hope we don't get for a very, very, very long time.
And Stevie. I mean, because I started thinking about, wow, a Michael Jackson movie is about to be coming out.
Yeah.
And like Stevie is right there.
Stevie Wonder movie would be great, but he's another one. I don't know if you can do it right while he's with us.
I mean, they did Ray.
Yeah, but even when we talked about with Ray, like so much of
there
Ray was kind of sanitized and massaged and
because
you know,
there were just some things that you couldn't not show.
Right, we're actually talking about movies that I never want to see.
Fair enough. The Stevie Wonder, the Oprah Winfrey's. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. All right. I see your brother in the chat says that a Bill Cosby movie would be insane.
Look, man.
See, but
he's another one.
Okay, but how do you feel about?
First of all, it's too toxic right now.
It's too toxic right now. But how do you feel about these complicated men like you brought up? Bill Cosby, Marion Barry, Wilson Good. I think Wilson, like Marion Barry is definitely, he's complicated. They're all complicated.
Yeah.
Wilson Good is complicated. There's a part of me that, as much as I know, thinks that Wilson Good was trying to do the right thing or whatever. But how do you feel about those complicated stories being elevated in such a way that maybe that we don't get the W.E. Du Bois, who has been sitting out there waiting for somebody to really give an appreciation to his life?
I don't think it's a zero-sum proposition. Like, I don't think we have to do one.
Well, I think as time moves on
and sacrifice for the other.
No, you shouldn't have to, but as time moves on,
right? I
think some of those names that don't get put up like they should, like, you know, W.E. Du Bois, will get more and more get lost.
The boys ain't going nowhere.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, the boys ain't going nowhere.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about this next generation. Yeah. Whether or not how far back in the crates they're going to dig. Like they'll get to Marcus Garvey. Are they going to get all the way back to?
Look, from everything that I've understood and read, this character that Denzel Washington is playing in Gladiator 2 is based on an actual dude.
Okay, but it's not the dude.
No. But my point is, if they can go back that far for a black character,
yeah, but that's Ridley Scott, 80 years old, going back.
Sure.
I'm talking about the filmmakers of.
Look, it's gonna have to be one of them filmmakers anyway. Like a young hot cat ain't making a biopic. Sofia Coppola made that Priscilla Presley movie that non-people saw.
That's true.
But she got to make it because, you know, I'm Sofia Coppola. And now it's there.